running from Western New York. Ty Johnson now to return. He stopped on the return at the 27. So here come the Bills for their opening drive. And leading them out, someone who's still the pride of Wyoming University and Fireball, California. One of the league's best and biggest arms, Josh Allen.
We've seen a lot of big arms come and go in the NFL. Few translate that talent, though, into stardom, quite like Josh Allen. It's fun for me on the college football road when I ask these young quarterbacks who they idolize, who they look up to. And just about every big guy that can run says the same thing, Josh Allen, because that skill set is so tantalizing. A player who can rip off a highlight reel play with the pass and just as easy with the down in just about any situation.
That finds his man. It's Keon Coleman. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 34. Gets this to Kincaid. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Here's Allen. He's got this complete to James Cook. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
2nd and 3 now. To throw again, it's Allen. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game, and that leaves him with 3rd and short.
Can't cover it much better than that really well-covered Cade on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Putting a receiver in motion. Allen on 3rd and short. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
You know, 3rd and short is a difficult one to call. Do you want to run into the teeth of a defense looking for that handoff, or try to throw it to him and use the element of surprise? Evidently, well, that's one they should have run instead.
So on 4th down, on comes Sam Martin to handle the punt for the Bills. And he's got this fair catch right along the 12-yard line. So now it's the Seahawks' turn to take the field for the first time. They're led out by someone amidst their 2nd act as an NFL QB. He was a 2nd-rounder back in 2013, Geno Smith.
When Geno Smith won Comeback Player of the Year, it was really hard to find another comp. You know, the NFL, we love to always compare and contrast guys from different eras or project them moving forward. But there just were not many stories like Geno Smith, who just waited and persevered a decade in the NFL before he flourished. But what came to life finally was just the arm strength, the accuracy, the playmaking ability that was there at West Virginia, and it just took some time and maybe a little love from Pete Carroll at that time to really elevate his confidence and elevate his game.
It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident a screen would get him enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
Kenneth Walker gets it for the first time. This is ahead for about 5. Terrell Bernard tracking that one down. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
This is Walker on 2nd. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Terrell Bernard tracking that one down. They made it to single yard that time. They're going to have to solve 3rd down and 4.
I I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
On the move, headed right. He's running for it. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. They'll give up the gut to Walker. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
Offense already looking like they're in mid-game form. They've got it down to the 32. First down, Smith to throw. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. They go play action. Here's Smith. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Now for that defense, who puts a sack on the board.
All right, it's a nickel set for the Bills. 3rd down. From the gun, Smith. Metcalf's got it, complete. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. So 3rd and 16, no problem for them as they get the first.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
All set up now for 1st and 10. It's Walker on the option. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. Now after the run, we see he's visibly shaken up. Team medical staffers headed over to take a look. Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. Shotgun snap to Smith. This throw is caught. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's 1st and goal. A give left side to Charbonnet. And he's brought down for a loss.
Situational football. Looking at 1st and goal, these defenses know what's coming at them. More often than not, a run play. It really is better to throw the ball unless you've got a way to disguise the run, and there was no disguising on that one.
2nd and goal coming up from the 7. Again, the give to Charbonnet. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. 5 yards on the play, and now they've got 3rd and goal.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you can win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
All right, still scoreless through 1 quarter, but that looks like it's going to change pretty soon. Couple of zeros on the board right now. We'll return to Highmark Stadium in just a moment. Back now for the second quarter, and the Seahawks, they have got to look towards the end zone. On 3rd and goal, Smith. And this is caught. It's a Seattle touchdown. The Seahawks get the game's first points here in the second. So a touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. But they couldn't take away that big old tight end.
Now it's Jason Myers on for the extra point. And the kick is good. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Johnson with a return here. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. The Buffalo offense out there for their second drive of the contest. Still in search of their first points as we work our way through the middle of this game. The score 7-0. First and 10 now from the 30. Working from the gun, it's Allen. Finds Kincaid. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight ends short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. First tone of the game for James Cook. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Play action now, Allen. He finds Kincaid. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They strike for 23 yards. And that's good for a Bills first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Allen now on first down. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Dalton Kincaid, the intended target there. And it sets up 2nd down. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody. And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice.
And he'll be brought down at about the 29. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's good for a Bills first down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Running back sent in motion. Allen gonna throw again. Shakir with the grab. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's good for a Bills first down.
Well, that one was drawn up and delivered beautifully, efficiently. If it's not circled on the call sheet already, you better believe it is now.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. From the red zone now. This one's caught. And it looks like he went out of bounds right at that 7-yard line.
Kate, if there was one throw in the game plan that kept me up at night more than any other, it was an out route versus zone coverage. Because you got to throw it with anticipation, but you also got to make sure those defenders' eyes aren't reading you like a book.
Again, Allen to the air. And in, touchdown, Buffalo! We've seen him do a lot more to reach the end zone on a catch, Brock. That one was kind of fed right to him.
Yeah, they say the running backs have a nose for the end zone. You know who else does? Every skill guy out there, because they want to put a touchdown on the board.
Tyler Bass on now for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Bills tie this game 7-7. Now to kick this away. Here's a return from the 7. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Seahawks taking the field for their 2nd possession. Their last drive contained a heavy dose of the ground game, a little old-school dominance on the way to a touchdown, Brock. Let's see if they stick with it or if they go aerial this time around. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. A play fake. Now Smith to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Even from the booth, Kate, I could hear it. I could hear that front 7 telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys. I'm going to get to this QB. You promise that you deliver? And that's exactly what they did, wasted no time in getting that sack.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Another try following the sack. He puts some air under this one, deep right. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done, incomplete. Looking for Tyler Lockett on that play. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
You know, ball skills are not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge game.
Connects with Fant. And that will not be enough for a 1st down.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
Hunter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. This punt out of bounds on the fly. We're waiting for the mark. Looks like they're going to say it's short of the 30. Buffalo sending its offense to the field. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air, so expect some tighter coverage this time around. They've got first down from the 31. Now the shotgun give to Cook. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry. It's the 2-minute warning now from Highmark. The Bills with a long ways to go for a score. From the shotgun, it's Allen. Connection made to Shakir. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Bills moving quickly now. They're in the hurry-up. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things, separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
On first down, Allen. The throw is caught. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. The Bills are going to go ahead and call their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. To the air again. Allen bails out of the pocket quick. And he scores. It's a Buffalo touchdown. The Bills get some late points and the lead. Josh Allen, the touchdown. Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise, and in the end, Brock, the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain, he did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down, and when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
Bass gets the extra point to go. And the Bills break that tie and now lead by 7. Bass now to kick this away. He fields it from the 8. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Seahawks are going to take over late in the half. With the time remaining, we'll see if they can get this into field goal range before halftime. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Smith. Finds Smith and Jigba. And that's good for a gain of 5. Making the stop that time, Taron Johnson. Offense to the line for 2nd down. From the 32. Gets this one to Charbonnet.
Well, we saw his guys pick up the blitz when he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
And the Bills bringing out an extra defensive back, 3rd down coming up. Blitz coming for Smith. it away. Incomplete. That one vehemently swatted away. And that leaves them with 4th and 5.
I don't fault the look downfield at all. I mean, that was just a situation there where it's a better defensive play than the offense executing.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And that kick will get out of bounds without a return. Looks to be a little shy of reaching the 20. The Bills getting one more drive here before the break. They're up by 7. We'll see if they choose to just rest on that going into halftime. The clock reads 24 seconds now as the final drive of this half begins. First down throw for Allen. Complete to Shakir. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line. It's halftime here in Buffalo. The Bills with the lead after 2. Now we'll send you south to Orlando for a check-in around the league via Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, what you got for us?
All right, Kate, thanks very much. We'll let you and Brock catch your breath as we welcome the rest of you to our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Bills were led in the first half by their all-world quarterback, Josh Allen. He had a touchdown both in the air and on the ground to help push his guys into the lead at the break.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. Bass now to kick this away. Returning it from the 4. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So following the return, looks like somebody's shaken up. Trainers out to determine how severe this may be. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Smith. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact. It gets home. But of course we know, it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or 2.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. They kick the running back in motion. Trying again, following the set. Wow, wide open here, complete. And he got this close to midfield before going out. They get 27 on the play. And it sets up Seattle with 1st down.
Well, that's a game that has its roots in preparation during the week. That's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday kind of stuff. Identifying ways to target the coverage and creating opportunities for big completions.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. They go play action. Here's Smith. Cut by Lockett. And he's out of bounds after getting this one to the opposing 45-yard line. Second and 3 now. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. Finds a seam down the middle. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
And the Seahawks first down.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Flushed out of the pocket. He tucks it and takes off.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing he woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep him moving forward.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Shotgun snap to Smith. Too much on that, and it sails through the end zone, incomplete.
QBs, well, they're a lot like the great shooters in the NBA. Hey, listen, sometimes you're going to miss. You just got to shake it off and keep shooting away.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. From the gun, Smith. Escapes out to the left. Oh, he's going to run for it. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain. That sets up 1st and goal.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the 1st down.
Smith. Locates Lockett along that sideline, and he's got it.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Still chances to get these final 4 yards. It's 2nd and goal. Smith in the pistol. Gets it towards the end zone, but it's incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And now they're left with 3rd and goal. Tough to blame him for that drop, Brock. Even if it would have been a touchdown, that was a great effort defensively, timing that hit, keeping them from hitting the end zone.
Reaction and burst. You get in the red zone defensively, you'll hear it all the time. You cannot wait. You've got to react, and then you got to burst. And that defender does a tremendous...
Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And that sack gonna cost them some yardage.
I think his decision-making wrote a check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB can run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet. But there was none to be had. No escape route available this time.
Jason Myers out there now to try a field goal for the Seahawks on 4th down. This is going to be a 31-yarder from the right hash. Myers' kick is good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
Well, that's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Johnson now on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. Now we've got the Bills offense headed back to the field. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. Couldn't bring it in over the middle, incomplete. Dalton Kincaid, the intended target. And now it's 2nd down.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
Shotgun handoff now to Cook. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. They send a man in motion. Allen on 3rd down. Bails out of the pocket quick. He'll step up, and there he goes. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Working from the gun, it's Allen. Has him on the quick hitter. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that can count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
Allen now on first down. This one's quickly to Shakir. And they get there to take him down right around the 41.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
2nd and 3 now. From the 41. Short pass brought in. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
They're now set for 1st and 10. Cook trying this one up the gut. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. First down play, nets them 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Allen. The throw is caught. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. So they'll be set up with a 1st and goal when we come back. It's Bills ball. We'll see if they can hang on to this lead till the end. All set up for an insurance score here. It's 1st and goal. Allen setting up to throw. He's got it! Touchdown, Buffalo! Now in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
Looking to tack on the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Bills drive their lead to 11. The Bills kickoff team out there now as they'll send this away. Return coming from the 6. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Now Seattle all set to go here on offense. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. A play fake. Now Smith to throw. Escapes the pocket. He can run it.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Out of the gun. Here's Smith. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
You know, Kay, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. Smith on 1st down. Completed to Lockett. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit, and you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Running back sent in motion. 2nd and 4. Pass taken in by Lockett. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. Pickup of 5 on that play. And the Seahawks will have a 1st down. They go play action here. Brought in close to the 8. It's a Seattle touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Extremely important moment here for the Seahawks as they go for 2.
The Seahawks will line up for the 2-point conversion.
And again, it's Smith. Getting out to his left. And they get the 2-point conversion. He's in the lead, only a field goal now. Critical 2-point play there, Brock. The conversion puts them now in range of tying this sucker up with a field goal.
So different for everybody in the building, right? A 3-point game, and especially different for the kicker. He wasn't needed there, but get yourself ready. Your defense does the job. You may need a game-tying field goal at some point soon.
Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Johnson with a return here. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. The Bills and quarterback Josh Allen ready to get back to work now on offense. And this is some quality film review right here. Look at this. Couple of touchdowns, good amount of yards, too. He's been moving them down the field like only he can, putting together quite the game for himself in the process. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Straight ahead, here's Cook. And he'll get this up to the 29-yard line. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Again, it's Cook. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
This offense will take that from their ground game every time. But I know, because I've been around this league a long time, runs like that, they're really hard to come by. It takes everybody. And maybe a little breakdown there on defense, too, to take advantage of.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Another one for Cook. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
Okay, the 2-yard run on 1st down, I think that keeps you ahead of schedule, but you're going to have to pick up the pace.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Here's Cook. And it's barely anything on that run, and we've reached the 2-minute warning. Third and 6 for them to figure out now. Looking to throw. Finds Kincaid. And he'll head out of bounds after a short gain.
You know, I don't mind the scheme. In fact, I like the call. Just not on that 3rd down in particular. Need to get it closer to the sticks to have a chance to move those chains.
The Bills with a punt team out there. And he's getting the call for the 2nd time this game. Ooh, it's away, but he knows he mishit that one. Headed for the sideline. And they won't be able to return this one as it sails out of bounds. The Seahawk offense ready to get going once again. They really had the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. We'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Setting up to pass. Into the hands of Walker. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was 1st down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
Seahawks in their hurry-up offense. They need to get everyone to the line. Finds Smith and Jigba. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line. They gain 14 on the play. And it sets up Seattle with 1st down.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. The Seahawks calling for a timeout. So they're 1st and 3. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. He'll look to throw it. Pass complete to Walker. And out of bounds right at the 40-yard line. That's a pickup of 9. And the Seahawks will have a first down.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
Toward the sideline, and he's got Metcalf. And he'll go out of bounds close to the 35-yard line.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Here he is to throw. Dump off caught by his back. And he's brought down for a loss.
That pass, it did put him in a position where he had to shake a defender. That's all you want. Give me a one-on-one. And he is capable of doing it, but not against that dude. That defender could not be shook, and he knocked him back across the line.
Seahawks in their hurry-up offense. They need to get everyone to the line. He finds Fant. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. Still one more in their pocket to use. To the line for a new set of downs. Only a lone timeout at their disposal. Back to throw. He's on the move. He's on the move. Now the Seahawks are going to spend their 3rd and final timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. Got that chip shot in their back pocket to tie it. A chance at the lead here first, though. 1st and goal. From the red zone now. And they got there in time. He's taken down. Good pressure from the defense there has them trending in the wrong direction.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home with that sound.
So it's the Bills who come away with the win. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory. That does it for another broadcast of the NFL on EA Sports. With my partner in the booth, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. It's a win for the Bills as we say so long from Buffalo.